The Apostle Paul makes a big deal in his epistles, writing under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit about this idea of falling from grace. In other words, trying to go back and be justified by the law of Moses again. He says, no, 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 no. Christ has come. Christ did not die for nothing on that tree. He brought in a new covenant, a better way. The law of the Spirit, the law of liberty. So basically he's saying, having begun in the flesh, having begun in the Spirit, are you now trying to be perfected by the flesh? Don't do that. Don't try to just start doing things all in your own strength, by your own power, but rely upon fellowship with God. Prayer, that's the importance of not abandoning your prayer life. Seek to be filled more and more with the Holy Spirit. You've got to ask Jesus, who is the baptizer, to baptize you in the Holy Spirit and with fire, like what happened to them in the upper room when they spoke in other tongues. You need that experience. So that's what Paul's trying to say. But some these days in the church world are doing a very bad thing by saying that the law is obeying God, obeying the New Testament is essentially the same as going back to the law of Moses again. No, it's not. Very, very different things. When we talk about obeying the New Testament and obeying the words of Christ himself, by the grace of God and by the power of the Holy Spirit in the New Testament sense, that is not putting people back under legalism and bondage in the Old Testament law again. It's different.